What if I told you that everything you know about confidence is wrong? That the world doesn't reward the loudest voice or the friendliest smile, but the one who dares to be feared, respected, and unshakable. This isn't self-help fluff. This is dangerous confidence, the kind that bends people, shapes power, and never breaks under pressure. And the man who revealed these truths 5 centuries ago was Niccolò Machiavelli. A thinker hated by many, feared by rulers, and yet studied by every leader who truly wanted power. They called him ruthless, cold, even evil, but the truth is, he was honest. He saw human nature as it is, not as we wish it to be. And in his writings he left behind a map that shows you how to rise above weakness, above fear, above... In this video, you're going to learn that map. You'll see the 10 rules Machiavelli believed could make any person dangerously confident and unstoppable. Rules that kings used to conquer kingdoms. Rules that CEOs secretly follow today. And rules that once you master, will change how the world reacts to you forever. You may think confidence is about smiling more, talking louder, or believing in yourself. But Machiavelli laughed at that. He knew the confident man isn't the one who looks cheerful in front of a crowd. It's the one who controls the crowd's emotions without them realizing it. It's the one who can smile and still make you tremble. That is confidence. That is power. But here's what most people don't know. Machiavelli wasn't just a writer hiding behind books. He lived through chaos, wars, betrayals, torture, exile. He served rulers, watched them rise, watched them fall, and wrote down why. He wasn't giving theories. He was giving survival tactics. And those same tactics, when applied today, make you not just confident, but dangerously confident. You will learn why image matters more than reality. Why being feared often keeps you safer than being loved. Why silence speaks louder than words. Why mercy, used at the wrong time, destroys leaders. And why adaptability, the ability to bend without breaking, decides who lasts. By the end of this video, you won't just understand confidence. You'll understand control, control of yourself, control of how others see you, and control of situations that make most people collapse in fear. So why should you watch until the end? Because if you miss a single rule, you miss the weapon. Each lesson builds on the next. And when you put them together, you don't just walk with confidence. You walk with an aura that makes others adjust to you. That's the difference between normal confidence and Machiavellian confidence. So stay with me. Stay till the last word, because this isn't just another motivational video. This is a survival manual for anyone who dares to rise above the crowd. Welcome to Psych algorithm. If you're ready to step into real confidence and unstoppable power, then join us. Hit that subscribe button now, and let's begin. Rule number 1. Master your image. Machiavelli said people judge by appearances, not reality. And he was right, because the world rarely sees the truth. It only sees the surface. The confident man may feel doubt in private, but if he appears strong in public, strength becomes his reality. People do not question what looks unshakable. They follow it. They bow to it. If they see you as strong, you are strong. That is the power of perception. A weak man who controls his image can still command armies, while a strong man who lets his image crumble loses everything. This is why Machiavelli urged rulers to guard their reputation more carefully than their possessions. Wealth can be taken, lands can be lost, but a broken reputation rarely returns. Once trust slips, once authority is questioned, confidence shatters. It is like glass, hard, clear, and beautiful, but fragile. And when it breaks, you cannot simply glue it back. That is why you must treat your image like treasure. Protect it, polish it, control what others see, because the crowd judges quickly and harshly. Never let them catch you unprepared. Never let them see your cracks. If you must show weakness, show it only in private, never in public. And remember, confidence begins where perception begins. When they see you as powerful, you begin to believe it yourself. Rule number 2. Be feared if you cannot be loved. It is a nice thing to be liked, to have people smile at you, to win their affection, to be welcomed everywhere. But Machiavelli, with his sharp realism, reminded us that affection is unreliable. Love is fragile. It changes with moods, with whims, with personal gain. People love you today and abandon you tomorrow. Fear, however, does not change so easily. Fear commands loyalty even when affection fades. It binds people to you when love would have let them slip away. Machiavelli did not tell us to seek cruelty for its own sake. He warned that a ruler, or anyone seeking real power, should avoid being hated. Hatred is poison, but he argued it is safer, far safer, to be feared than loved. Because fear makes people think twice before betraying you. Fear makes enemies hesitate. Fear keeps allies in line when temptation grows. Love can be betrayed with a smile. Fear leaves a shadow in the heart, a constant reminder that breaking trust comes with a cost. So do not waste your life trying to please everyone. The desire to be universally loved is a trap, and it makes you weak. Instead, seek respect. Respect that comes from strength, from discipline, from boundaries others cannot cross. Be kind when you can, but firm when you must. The dangerously confident person does not chase affection. They command respect, and if love does not come, fear will keep them safe. Rule number 3. Speak less. Observe more. The tongue is a double-edged weapon. It can elevate you, but it can also destroy you. Machiavelli saw how rulers lost power by biting too freely, by exposing their minds, by letting others know their plans. Words reveal you. Silence protects you. When you talk too much, you give your secrets away. You show your weakness, your uncertainty, your true feelings. People will take those words and twist them. They will use them against you. But when you remain silent, you create mystery. And mystery is power. Because people fear what they do not understand. They respect the one whose thoughts are hidden, whose moves are unpredictable. A man who speaks little forces others to guess, and guessing makes them cautious. Confidence grows in silence. It grows in the ability to watch and listen, while others expose themselves. The loud man seems powerful in the moment, but he loses control as soon as his words leave his mouth. The quiet man remains in control because no one can pin him down. Machiavelli would tell you, keep your eyes sharp, your ears open, and your lips closed. Let others reveal their motives. Let others show their hands. And when the time is right, when you finally do speak, your words will carry 10 times the weight, because silence builds suspense, and suspense creates authority. The less you say, the more they listen when you finally break the silence. Rule number 4. Trust few. Test everyone. Machiavelli lived in a world of betrayal. He saw friends turn into enemies. He saw allies become traitors overnight. He knew that smiles can hide daggers, and sweet words can poison faster than venom. That is why he warned against flatterers. Those who praise you too quickly often seek something for themselves. They pretend to lift you up, but their real goal is to climb upon your shoulders. Not everyone who smiles is your ally. Not everyone who follows you wants you to succeed. Some only follow to learn your weaknesses. Some only wait for the right moment to strike. That is why dangerous confidence means sharp judgment. It is not about paranoia, but about clarity. Do not trust blindly. Do not give your loyalty cheaply. Test people before you rely on them. Watch how they behave when they gain nothing from you. See if they remain when you fall silent. When you stop giving. When you stop being useful. True allies stay in the dark, not just in the light. Keep your circle small, because a large circle invites betrayal. It is better to have one true friend than 10 false ones. And even then, remain watchful. Confidence is not ignorance of danger. It is awareness of it. Keep your eyes open, your heart guarded, and your mind sharp. Because the moment you trust without testing, you hand your power to someone else. Machiavelli's wisdom in these 4 rules is not gentle advice. It is hard truth. He does not paint the world as kind, because it is not. He does not tell you to believe in intiness alone, because goodness without defense is weakness. What he gives you instead are weapons, the weapon of image, the shield of respect, the armor of silence, and the sword of judgment. Dangerous confidence is not built in dreams. It is built in reality. It is built in the way people actually behave, not in how we wish they would behave. Machiavelli understood that human nature does not change. And if you can master these laws, master how you look, how you command respect, how you control your speech, and how you judge others, you begin to rise above ordinary confidence. You step into something stronger, something unshakable, something that does not collapse when the world tests you. Because confidence, in Machiavelli's world, is not about how loudly you speak. It is about how firmly you stand when others doubt you. It is not about being liked. It is about being immovable. And above all, it is about never letting your guard fall, because the moment it does, someone will be waiting to take your place. This is the dangerous path he offers. It is not easy. It is not comfortable. But it is the path that leads to true, unstoppable power. Rule number 5. Prepare for bad times. Machiavelli lived in an age when kingdoms rose and fell in the span of a season. He watched rulers who seemed untouchable crumble overnight because they trusted fortune more than foresight. And that is why he taught that the wise do not wait for storms to come before building shelter. They prepare while the sky is still clear. Fortune turns. Luck changes. One day the crowd cheers your name, and the next, they whisper against you. One day your friends stand at your side, and the next, they disappear when the fire burns too hot. Confidence is not built on the illusion that faith will always stay bright. Confidence is built on readiness. The one who prepares does not panic when disaster comes, because disaster was expected. The confident man walks into war already armed. He walks into betrayal already knowing who might betray him. He walks into failure already carrying a plan for recovery. This is why Machiavelli urged rulers to train in peace, as though war were tomorrow, to save in wealth as though poverty were near, to test loyalty before loyalty was weighed. The dangerous confidence that others envy does not come from arrogance. It comes from foresight. The man who has a plan within a plan, a path within a path, cannot be broken. Others collapse when luck turns. He adapts. Others beg fortune to return. He moves forward without it. Confidence comes not from hoping the world will be kind, but from knowing it will not, and still being ready. Rule number 6. Block flattery. Seek truth. Among the most poisonous dangers a ruler faces, Machiavelli said, is the flattering tongue, because flattery is sweet in the moment. It feels like comfort, like validation, like praise that you deserve. But flattery hides knives. It tells you what you want to hear, not what you need to know. And when leaders surround themselves with flatterers, they walk blindly into disaster. Machiavelli saw it often. Princes, intoxicated by praise, who believed themselves loved, admired, invincible. But when danger came, when war struck or betrayal unfolded, they realized too late that no one had spoken truth to them. Lies kill leaders, lies blind judgment. And those who feed on flattery grow weak, because they stop questioning, they stop observing, they stop preparing. Machiavelli warned that true strength comes from surrounding yourself with those brave enough to speak honestly, even when honesty hurts. The dangerous confidence that survives in storms is not fed by lies. It is sharpened by truth. To block flattery is to resist the comfort of easy words. It is to demand honesty, even when honesty cuts deep, and it is to reward those who reveal reality, not those who sing songs of your greatness. Confidence built on lies is fragile glass, shattering at the first strike. Confidence built on truth is tempered steel, bending but never breaking. That is why Machiavelli insisted that a ruler must always test the voices around him. Ask questions, watch who hesitates, watch who flatters too quickly. True friends will give you truth, even if it risks your anger. False friends will drown you in praise while leading you toward ruin. Rule number 7. Be kind or ruthless at the right time. Here lies one of Machiavelli's most unsettling lessons, the lesson that earned him centuries of hatred and suspicion. He argued that mercy is noble. Yes, but mercy at the wrong time destroys both leader and people. He saw rulers who tried to be endlessly kind, endlessly forgiving, endlessly merciful, and what became of them? Their kindness was mistaken for weakness. Their mercy encouraged rebellion. Their generosity drained their coffers until their kingdom starved. Machiavelli did not despise mercy. He simply understood that misplaced mercy breeds chaos. Sometimes cruelty used wisely can save lives. A swift, harsh act against a traitor may prevent a civil war. A decisive punishment against an enemy may stop endless bloodshed. To strike hard once and end the threat is sometimes more merciful than dragging pain out through hesitation. Dangerous confidence is not blind cruelty. It is not being ruthless for pleasure. It is knowing when to be soft and when to strike with iron. The confident man does not act in rage. He acts in clarity. When kindness strengthens his rule, he is kind. When mercy inspires loyalty, he is merciful. But when kindness endangers him, when mercy emboldens his enemies, he knows hesitation is death. He strikes, and because he strikes rarely but decisively, his actions echo. People remember. They know he is not cruel by nature. But when cruelty comes, it comes without warning, without hesitation, without weakness. That is the balance Machiavelli preached. A ruler who never shows kindness becomes hated. A ruler who never shows strength becomes broken. The one who knows both and uses both with precision becomes untouchable. Think of this not only in kingdoms, but in everyday life. People will test you. They will push your boundaries. They will see how far they can go before you resist. If you are endlessly forgiving, endlessly patient, they will push until you collapse. But if you never show compassion, you isolate yourself and breed resentment. Confidence is knowing when to stand firm, when to draw the line, when to let mercy pass, and when to bring down judgment. Machiavelli did not write for saints. He wrote for survivors. He wrote for those who must balance the impossible, to rule without losing humanity, but also without surrendering to weakness. And in that balance, kindness and ruthlessness are not opposites. They are weapons in the same arsenal, each used at the right time. The dangerous confidence. Machiavelli speaks of lives in this balance. It is the confidence of someone who does not fear being judged for their choices, because their choices are not made to please. They are made endure. They are made to keep power alive, to keep order when chaos rises. The world calls this cold. The world calls it cruel. But in truth, it is survival. And survival, Machiavelli knew, is the foundation of every power worth keeping. Rule number 8. Adapt like water. Machiavelli knew that the world is never still. Fortune shifts like the tide. Enemies rise when you least expect it. Allies turn into rivals overnight. And in such a world, the rigid man is the one who falls first. He is like a tree that refuses to bend in the storm. His pride snaps him in half. But the one who adapts, the one who bends without breaking, survives every season. Confidence is not about clinging stubbornly to one path. It is about shaping yourself to the moment without losing your core. Machiavelli admired leaders who could change their style, their strategies, even their masks, as easily as water changes its form. When a ruler needed to be bold, he became bold. When the moment required patience, he became still. When cruelty preserved order, he used cruelty. When mercy built loyalty, he showed mercy. Water does not argue with the shape of its container. It fills it, flows with it, and yet remains water. This is how power survives. Those who adapt are never trapped. They always find a way forward. Dangerous confidence is not stiff. It is alive, flexible, and impossible to corner. Machiavelli often spoke of fortune as a river that floods and destroys. The unprepared ruler builds no barriers and prays the river will stay calm. But the adaptable one studies the land, prepares defenses, and redirects the flow. He does not resist fortune blindly. He shapes it. In life, the same rule applies. Circumstances change. Markets collapse. Relationships end. Environments shift. The ones who panic are those who thought stability was eternal. But the one who adapts is always ready to flow in a new direction. His confidence comes from knowing he cannot be trapped, because he can always become something else. Take another path. Adjust to another form. Like water, he survives because he does not resist change. He becomes it. Rule number 9. Act fast. Decide boldly. Machiavelli despised hesitation. He saw hesitation as the disease of weak rulers. When threats appeared, when choices stood before them, they wasted time searching for perfect certainty, and in that wasted time, enemies struck first. Opportunities vanished, power slipped through their fingers. Dangerous confidence, Machiavelli taught, does not wait for every detail to be perfect. It acts. Even if the decision carries risk, even if the path is unclear, the bold move creates respect. People follow the one who dares. People doubt the one who delays. A bad decision with courage, Machiavelli said, is often less harmful than no decision at all, because courage commands loyalty. It commands belief. When a leader acts boldly, people feel his strength even when he stumbles. But when a leader hesitates, when he delays endlessly, doubt spreads like poison. Confidence grows not from standing still, but from daring the step forward. Machiavelli's Italy was filled with rulers who lost everything because they waited for certainty. By the time they acted, the moment had passed. Their enemies, bolder and faster, had already seized the advantage. This lesson is timeless. Power belongs not to the one who knows everything, but to the one who moves when others freeze. To act fast is not to act blindly. Preparation matters. Observation matters. But once the moment comes, once choice is demanded, hesitation is death. The confident man understands this. He does not waste his strength saying endless calculations. He chooses, he commits, and he adapts, if he must, but he never stands still in doubt. Machiavelli praised rulers who knew when to strike without warning, when to seize territory without delay, when to silence enemies before they could whisper. Their power came not only from intelligence, but from speed. Speed creates surprise. Surprise creates advantage. And advantage creates fear in enemies and respect in allies. Rule number 10. Stay calm. Always. Of all the masks of power, Machiavelli believed one of the most vital was composure. He knew that in times of crisis, panic spreads faster than fire. When rulers tremble, subjects tremble. When leaders lose control, armies scatter. But when others panic, the calm leader stands like a rock. His stillness becomes the anchor that others cling to. His silence becomes more powerful than the loudest shouts. Composure is true strength. Machiavelli admired those who hid their fears, those who never allowed emotion to rule their face or their actions. Because the world will test you, enemies will provoke you, hoping to see cracks in your mirror. Friends will disappoint you, fortune will humiliate you. But the one who remains calm never gives enemies the pleasure of seeing him break. Confidence means control, not only of circumstances, but of oneself. The calm man cannot be read, cannot be provoked, cannot be shaken from his center. Machiavelli told princes that anger was dangerous, not because it was weak, but because it revealed too much. Rage shows where you are vulnerable. Panic shows where you are afraid. But calm hides everything. Calm forces others to wonder what you know that they do not. Calm creates an aura of certainty, even when you feel none inside. And that aura is enough to carry you through storms. The dangerous confidence Machiavelli described is not loud, not restless, not boastful. It is steady. It is the silence in the room when others scream. It is the unshaken hand when others tremble. It is the face that does not crack, the posture that does not break, the mind that does not collapse even when surrounded by fire. To stay calm always is not easy. It is an art. It is discipline. It is the daily sharpening of the will against fear, against anger, against despair. But the one who masters it holds a weapon greater than armies: control over himself. And the one who controls himself cannot be controlled by anyone else. This, Machiavelli knew, is the final armor of power. Others may lose wealth, lose allies, lose fortune. But the one who stays calm does not lose himself. And as long as he's whole within, his power endures, even when everything around him falls apart. These are Machiavelli's 10 rules for dangerous confidence. And if you've made it here to the end, then you already know that what we've uncovered isn't ordinary advice. These are not surface-level tips about smiling more, or faking positivity, or pretending to be confident when deep inside you are not. No. These rules strike at the core of power itself. They come from a man who lived in the blood and fire of politics, betrayal and war. A man who studied what made rulers fall and what made them untouchable. And through his lessons we see that dangerous confidence is not built on noise, but on strategy. It is not the confidence of arrogance. It is the confidence of preparation, discipline, and control. Think about the first lesson: master your image. Machiavelli showed us that people rarely look into your soul. They judge the mask you wear. If your mask is strong, you are strong. If your mask breaks, so do you. Then we saw his dark truth. Better to be feared than loved if you must choose, because love fades, but fear holds. Then came the lesson of silence. Speak less, observe more. Confidence grows when you don't give yourself away with endless words. And trust, never blind, never naive. Judge people sharply, for smiles can hide daggers. These first 4 rules already shift the way you walk in the world. Already they begin to shape that quiet, commanding aura that others cannot easily explain, but always feel. Then we entered the deeper wisdom. Prepare for bad times before they arrive. Because the confident person is not broken by storms. He has already built shelter. Block flattery. Seek truth. Because lies are poison. Leaders, while truth sharpens your strength. And then the knife of balance. Know when to be kind and when to be ruthless. Too much mercy destroys. Too much cruelty corrupts. But the one who knows when to bend and when to strike holds a weapon no one can predict. From there we stepped into the final armor of power. Adapt like water. The world changes too quickly for the rigid to survive. Move, shift, and flow. And you will always endure. Then, act fast. Decide boldly. Because hesitation kills power, while boldness commands respect. And finally, the unshakable rule. Stay calm always. When others scream, when others panic, when others beg, you remain composed. That composure itself becomes your greatest strength. Together, these 10 rules form a shield and a sword. They shape not just a confident person, but a dangerously confident one. Someone others cannot predict. Someone who commands attention without even asking for it. Someone whose presence makes others pause, rethink, and respect. This is not normal confidence. It is not temporary or shallow. This is confidence that bends but never breaks. Confidence that walks into storms and leaves stronger. Confidence that turns enemies into warnings and turns weakness into power. And this is why Machiavelli's lessons remain alive centuries later. Because human nature has not changed. People still judge by appearance. They still betray. They still flatter. Fortune still shifts. Power still belongs to the bold, the adaptable, the composed. If you follow these 10 rules, your confidence will not be fragile. It will not be ordinary. It will be unstoppable. It will be power. If you found value in this, then show your strength by taking action now. Give this video a like, so more people can discover these truths. And subscribe to our channel Psych algorithm, because this is just a beginning. Every video takes you deeper into the hidden strategies of power, mindset, and confidence. And if you stay with us, you will not just hear lessons, you will live them. You will walk differently, speak differently, command differently. The journey to dangerous confidence begins not with listening, but with acting. So start here. Take these rules. Apply them. Let them sharpen you, harden you, and prepare you. Because the world respects, but it fears dangerous confidence. And from this moment on, that path is yours. Your journey to dangerous confidence starts now. Will you take it?